Guns, ammo, and souvenirs.
Only Alan's got enough backbone to stand up to the children.
You know, when I'm feeling down, a little commerce always cheers me up.
Hey, this is a long shot, but,
Huh? Oh yeah, that thing. Sure do.
let's deal.
Of course.
Your damn cat knocked something over. Again.
Ah, Tink didn't mean anything by it, Mitch.
I swear, her tail's a menace. Does she even know it's attached to her bleeding hide?
If you want me to work in this flea-ridden bar of yours,
Hey there.
you'll
You
watch
ready
yourself.
to head to Acadia?
Fine.
Let's go, Longfellow.
Follow me, then. Let's head out of town. Acadia is above the mountain. A bit of a hike. You might want to take this road,
You been to the tannery? You find my tools yet?
but it'll help.
Hey, Mariner.
You been to the tannery? You find my tools yet?
We need to move through the main drag. Old Mountain Trail is where we're headed. The fog ain't like nothing you've seen in the Commonwealth. Mainlanders think a dose of Radaway is all you need. Tracks, fresh ones. Trappers ahead. When the bullets start flying, find cover. Keep your head down if you want to live.
Someone's coming.
Anything used?
Cool.
bad in a scrap. Figured I'd have to take care of the lot of them. Might just make a proper far harborman out of you. See, the fog can do a number on you. Get you all turned around. There's something to your brain. Trappers were mean to begin with, but now... Here's the mountain trail. You stick to this and we'll make it to the cave. Don't be surprised if we got local wildlife to deal with.
I'll be doing the world's service. Time to earn that next drink.
Don't move. It's all right. Don't move. It's all right.
Ain't you had enough yet?
You like them puppies? Blow everything extra mean on the island. Still got a ways to go. Hear that? They usually stick to the deep fog. That's what we steal here.
Hey there.
When I was a young lad, no higher than your knee, the whole island was covered in fog. Deep fog has all manner of nasties. Folk got short memories. All this has happened before. There's some...
Look sharp.
Gulper's got a font. Good thing we don't see too many.
And here I
was thinking this might be a challenge. I'm too damn sober for this. Check out the ammo, see what's left.
Keep your distance. Barrels hit hard.
Hold there. Stringing one more soul to their damnation, old man?
Well, what have we here? Another rad worshipping lunatic. That's what.
Your barbs do not harm me. I am shielded by my faith.
How about bullets? Faith shield you against those too?
Sounds like none of my business.
Lucky for you.
Do not sully this one with your blasphemy, old man. You. I suggest you go no further.
Uh-huh. You do know you're crazy, right?
Watch yourself, outsider. You walk through Adam's kingdom now.
If you're done wasting time with a fanatic, let's move. Up ahead, the air's clean. No fog. Acadia's not too far now. And we've arrived. Acadia's already been watching us for a good spell. If you want, they'll be waiting. You need my help again, you come see me. Got a cabin just outside of Far Harbor. Good place to tool up your gear, get some rest, or get stinking drunk. Just make sure if you're bringing a bottle of something strong, there's enough to share.
Maybe later, Longfellow.
All right, but I'm serious about the offer. You ever and waters of the island together, I could think of worse things to do. Got a chill in my... bones that won't come out. Too many nights out sleeping in the fog.
You know, when I first climbed this mountain above the fog, I thought to myself, now here is a metaphor worth taking in. You've entered a place of clarity, understanding, peace. While you're here...
What are you?
I told you. I know the plastic skin and tubes out the back can be Tell me why you're here.
I came here...
Really? I'm impressed. Kasumi is here. Before you do, though...
We're not answering any more questions until you play straight with us. Just who the hell are you, really? There's only one synth with that kind of face and a mind of his own. And I only see him when I look in a mirror.
Nick? It can't be you.
Don't give me that. What are you trying to...
Please.
All right, Dima.
This all started over a century ago, when we were first created. We were prototypes, Nick. The first synths capable of independent thinking and judgment.
Keep talking.
One of the Institute's experiments had to do with how our brains could process. I was allowed to develop mine based on experience. But with you, they wanted to try transferring an entire personality into you. It took several attempts before the personality imprint worked. I saw you wake up not knowing who or what you were so many times. I couldn't let them do it to you anymore. You were my...
Right.
If I were your brother, I'd remember.
That's where you'd be wrong. This happened over a century ago. There's only so much memory that can fit into the prototype brains we have.
Ah, I've heard enough. I think you and I need...
Is it really possible that you wouldn't remember any of this?
You mean between the Institute failsafes, the beatings I've taken? Or are you buying this whole there's only so much?
Nick.
If he is, it's news to me. Can synths even... I gotta think.
We'll talk later.
Nick, I don't need you to believe me. I'm just glad to see you. Now, about young Kasumi. It's important that you understand exactly why she's here. I asked you before.
Who or what she is isn't important.
But it is. None of us take this transition. That someone stripped her very... I want you to... One more question.
Right.
Tell me.
No, but if I squint real hard in the mirror, sometimes I look like someone else.
I'm afraid when I try that trick, nothing really changes. I know it might seem impossible that you could be a synth, but tell me.
I was with my wife. We were getting ready for the day. I had to take care of my boy, Sean. And, well, a lot's happened since then.
But no memories before then? No childhood? Your first best friend? Your first kiss? That's usually a sign. Data is easy to migrate. Isn't it funny how a memory can feel like a whole different reality? People, places, even sounds and colors can change. Or someone. I won't lie to you. There will always be other explanations. Trauma, disease, the background radiation. They all take their toll on the mind. But I can promise you that you will be accepted here, whatever you decide is true for yourself.
Spare me the lecture.
Fine. But Acadia is still open to you.
Right.
Kasumi is usually working.
So everyone here in Acadia...
Yes. You know, when I first climbed, you've entered a place.
I can't...
Really? Kasumi is... Before you do...
We're not answering anymore. Just who the hell...
Nick?
Don't give me that.
Please.
All right,
This... We were
Keep talking.
One of the I was allowed... It took... I couldn't let... You were my...
If I were your brother...
That's where you'd be wrong.
Ah, I've heard enough. I think you and I...
We'll talk later.
Nick.
Right.
Now, I asked you before if you think...
She's human.
But imagine what... None of us take this. That someone... I want you to... One more.
Sure.
Tell me.
Uh-huh. I'm a human being, not a synth.
Are you sure?
I was with my wife.
But no memory. That's usually... Isn't it funny? I won't lie to you. But I can...
Spare me the letter.
Fine. Kasumi is...
I'm just gonna tell you right now, Dima. I'm in the Institute.
That's... quite an admission to make. I'm used to the Institute striking from the shadows. I'll say this to you. As a scientist, all you have to do is...
Fine. I'll keep your secrets, for now.
Thank you. Now, I came to this island but after my escape one day, it finally occurred that maybe was there anything?
I should get going.
Of course.
Perhaps we're in there a long time. Are you feeling all right?
I'm fine. You worry too much.
Sometimes I feel like you don't worry enough. You know we blew 3 more relays this week. I'm coming in. You stay right there.
Hey there.
You track Kasumi here. I'm impressed. Perhaps not as quietly or efficiently as possible, but thankfully she was never in any real danger. I'm afraid your journey was
And miss out on a fun boat ride? Never.
Well, then at least you have the return trip to look forward to. Acadia is a safe haven for synths.
Sure.
Every synth I've tracked down, every synth convinced to come here. My job is to make sure they all...
Right. How do you manage to track...
I have a network of contacts throughout the area. Some from my time with the Institute, some after. I know the Institute. You have Dima's blessing.
I'd like to help you.
Actually, as a matter of fact, there is. If you're serious about You've had some experience traveling around.
All right.
We were expecting a new synth to arrive. There's been no sign of it.
I'll find out what I can.
You should start by talking to Brooks. He's the one who meets the new arrivals and gets them started. Of course, he's not likely to tell you anything without... If he doesn't cooperate, tell him that his designation is L792. That's as much help as I can give you for now. Please.
Circuitry is completely fried.
Kasumi Nakano?
Sorry, I'm right in the middle of something.
I'm a detective.
Look, my mom and dad...
What do you mean?
I'm not their daughter. I thought
Sure.
I've been lying to you.
You haven't replaced...
Look, I get it. Acadia isn't what I thought it was. I can't leave and...
Fine. It's your choice, Kasumi.
Thank you. Now, I just have to... Wait, you fine thing. What if I told you...
Sister, there's a lot of things...
If you could just hold the jokes for a second. You saw all those computers that Dima's hooked up to, right? Well, and that's... What if Dima is so open...
We should get to the bottom of this. If Dima is putting on an act, we need to know.
I'll help if I can. But that's not much to go on.
I know. I've been working on that, but I keep seeing there's actually a storage space right.
Sure.
I've also tried breaking.
I'll figure this out. Just stay here.
Okay.
From one case to a new one.
So you're that new fellow from the Commonwealth. It's so wonderful to meet someone from back home. I'm afraid Kasumi does.
You think of the Commonwealth as...
Well, certainly. Why wouldn't I? It's where I came from. I would like to see. Acadia is all well and good.
You're safe here.
I suppose. One could do with... I'm sure I'll see you around.
Hey, Dima.
What can I do for you?
Kasumi says she's...
That's... please. Those projections...
Just a handy reference, huh?
I'm getting sick of this whole noble leader bullshit from you, Dima. Now stop.
All right. You've made... There's a conflict that's been brewing on this island shortly after we built Acadia. Between far...
Simply put, they want to kill each other, and each side wants us to help them.
We've tried to stay neutral.
And I was friends with the previous leader of the Children of Adam, Confessor Martin. I even gave them their headquarters, the submarine base they named the Nucleus.
Which was a mistake, because Martin is gone and the new Confessor, Tectus, is completely insane.
He's been threatening us, to force us to choose a side. I left behind something very important in that submarine base I gave them.
Dima's earliest memories are stored in the military computer banks in that base. The pre-war...
But now Tectus is in charge, and he's after Dima's memories. We don't even know what...
But we do know that I spent nearly a century on this island alone. Whatever's in there is...
You're keeping Far Harbor safe, is that it?
Not exactly. They're fiercely independent. But we would give them the technology to keep the fog at bay, in return for them being a lifeline to the outside world. A safe dome. Unfortunately, the Children of Adam view the radioactive fog as a holy portent, and their bloodied history...
The Children of Adam on this island?
Yes. I know their faith in radiation as a type of god is a bit... different. But who am I to judge? I was using a submarine base as a home when Martin and his followers stumbled in. When I left to found Acadia, I knew the base would be in safe hands. But now Martin is gone, and his successor, Tectus...
You left your...
As a prototype synth, I had to leave some of my earliest memories behind when I left the sub-base.
So what can I do to help?
If you're willing to retrieve what I've lost...
You'll have to get through the Children of Adam's base. You're new on the island, so you might be able to pose as a recruit.
Then, once you get to the memory banks, you'll have to use a special program.
It's not going to be like a normal hack. You'll be breaking... I've loaded the program with some instructions I've recorded.
I'm gonna replace all your memories with pictures of cats. Meow.
Well, I suppose that would certainly make remembering some of my darker hours more fuzzy. In all seriousness, good luck. I understand the risks you're taking on our behalf. One more thing before you leave. Our ultimate...
If we find anything suspicious in those memories of yours, we'll be back. Count on it.
Turns out Dima's earliest memories are in the hands of the Children of Adam. He's afraid of what they're gonna find.
So, is that what those death projections were about? Or is he still hiding something? Do you have a way in?
I got this program that Faraday and Dima wrote. It's...
Really? How would that work? When I was taking a...
Sure.
I wonder if you'll need to, connect to the old banks the way...
Right.
Oh, but that's it. And then Faraday's program... I'm sorry.
If all I find in those memories is just 100 years worth of Dima staring at a...
Well, if you did, that's...
Don't move. It's all right.
Your Geiger counter doing cartwheels too?
Richter, please, you can't do this. We've been
It's
loyal—
Grand Zealot to you, and your dedication has come into doubt. You need to prove your faith. One of you may return to the fold. The other will return to Adam.
Richter, this is insane. You can't expect us to—
Will there be anything else?
That'll be all, sister.
Thank you, Grand Zealot.
You. What are you doing here? Did Far Harbor send you?
It's okay. I'm not from Far Harbor. I'm from the Commonwealth.
Quite the journey.
Uh-huh. I'm interested in joining.
Decisions of who may enter our family, we leave to Adam.
All right.
Then let us hope there is a small spring.
This can't be real. Excuse me. Hello? Needs a password. Must be some clue around here.
No accounting for taste.
Needs a password. Must be some clue around here. M-O-T-H-E-R. Mother? Could that be the password?
detective's life isn't an easy one. Get behind me if you can.
I hear something!
You're back. More than I expected. Did Adam reveal something to you?
I drank from the spring, and a woman led me to this icon. Does this mean something?
A woman? Led you to that?
It was otherworldly. The woman, she was like a living shadow, cloaked in mist.
Adam above. You really did see her. The mother is a messenger from Adam. She's the one who led the first of us to this place. If you are prepared to take the next step, then I believe there is a place for you among Adam's children. I don't find this amusing. Well? Well? I don't find this amusing. I don't find this amusing.
I am ready to follow his path.
Then it will be so.
I'm not sure this is such a good idea.
We barely know these people.
Head inside and present the icon to the High Confessor once his sermon is done. He'll be interested to see that. Once you've spoken with him, and here. But know this. We are all welcome, brother.
Hey.
What? Oh, sorry. Just got my head full of what Dima was talking about. It's a bit of a shock. What do you think he is, really? Family?
It's hard to deny it, Nick. The similarities are pretty obvious.
I spent a long time wondering if the Institute had made any other prototypes. If I was just a failure, or they gave up, or just plain got bored. I always thought I was just more of their discarded trash. I never thought of the possibility that someone wanted me out. Helped me escape. There's got to be some kind of proof out there. What really happened between me and Dima? I'd appreciate it if we could keep an eye out.
Of course, Nick. We'll find something.
Thanks. I know we don't have much to go on. Just keep me in mind if you find something that might give us some answers.
Believe the Confessor is wrapping up his sermon. You should head in.
They are doomed, brothers and sisters, and they know it. The people of Far Harbor need only peer out their windows to look upon the face of Atom himself, given form in holy fog. Yet no matter how inevitable Atom's reign in this land may be, they deny it. Stop us behind their condensers. Kill our missionaries. Slay those who only wish to bring their good lives no longer. After years of skulking in the shadows like whipped dogs, our purpose is clear. And I know the key to our victory lies. What's that?
But you can't hide!
Identify yourself. Law-abiding citizens will not be harmed.
Not even worth wasting a pulse weapon on.
Kill. Do.
Good. playing hide and seek?
Engagement with multiple hostiles in progress. Please stand clear of the combat area.
Just when I thought we were getting along.
Commencing lawful use of deadly force.
Go! Damn. Look who it is. Now that's one way. Nothing.
Unidentified intruder detected. Beginning search. Area secure. All clear. citizens will not be harmed.
Really want this to be the last
Pain is just weakness leaving the body.
Don't underestimate us again.
Intruder, identify yourself. Further escape attempt, lawbreaker.
Just when I thought we were getting along. Someone's coming. Got him!
Kill. Engagement with muscle.
Clean house.
Do not attempt to flee. You will be identified and sanctioned.
Stand down. Stand down.
What else you got?
Kilo, India, Lima. Engage.
Damn. Go!
Engaging hostile.
Dumb move. I'll be doing the world a... Did good. We're sucking down a lot of rats sticking around here.
If you're listening to this, then you made it inside my memory banks. Take a moment. I know it's a lot at once. The architecture you're seeing is data. My data. When I'm plugged into the chair, this is what I see. You're using an earlier version of that technology, a brainwave scanner instead of a direct neural wire. Look around. Do you see that yellow column in the distance? That's long-term memory storage. That's your goal. But you can't just retrieve that data yourself. One of the programs loaded in that holotape is called the Indexer. They're represented by the friendly green sprites milling around. Do you see them? The indexers have one purpose: to get the data in the yellow column and bring it back to the memory access point. You need to help them get there and back safely. Once they've recovered all the data in the memory, the program will translate it into something you can understand. If you ever need to leave the simulation, then don't worry. Nothing gets reset. You can keep going from wherever you left off. Good. You are across the gap. But now you have to deal with the security systems. That red firewall is blocking you and your indexers from reaching the data. Do you see that green beam of light? That's a decoder beam. It can destroy the firewall. You just need to direct the beam to its vulnerable spot. Good. Now you just need to create a path to the data with code blocks, and your indexers can get to work. The system has been alerted to your presence. Now things will get hairier. You'll need to deploy defense constructs against the system's active countermeasures. The system's sentries will do everything they can to stop your indexers from returning to the access point with the data. Another data block verifying memory file. 100%. We're done here. We now have an access point into the next memory. Just step into the data stream where this memory was stored.
Memory file identification 0V-9AX0. Converted to audio transcription. Beginning playback.
Things are not going well with Far Harbor. Several of my people have been assaulted, spat at, interrogated for no reason. This is getting out of control. But there's still a chance they can learn to trust us. Need one of their own who's on our side.
I can't let anyone know what I'm about to do. I'll need to set up the equipment far away from Acadia. It'll double as a place to bury the evidence.
Additional location data appended. A makeshift medical facility underneath the VIM. Pop factory. Coordinates downloaded. Intrusive program detected. Intrusion detected. Countermeasures initiated. Intrusive indexer detected. Beginning attrition of intrusive program.
First data block recovered. Good. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Sentry has detected active intrusive program. Intrusive indexer detected. Beginning attrition of intrusive program. Intrusive program detected. Beginning attrition of intrusive program. Beginning attrition of intrusive program.
Memory retrieval at 100%. Verifying. Looks good. You can now use the data stream as an access point to the next memory.
Memory file identification 0J-2NN8. Converted to audio transcription. Beginning playback.
I'm offloading this memory. I cannot bear lying to Confessor Martin and his children of Adam any longer. Better to just forget. I found it. The location of the launch key to fire the nuclear missile inside the submarine. Confessor Martin believes it can bring his people into division, destruction at the hands of an atomic blast. He struggles with how literal his interpretation of that precept should be. I can't risk him deciding to find the key and use it. His people were the first to accept me for what I am. The thought of them being gone fills me with nothing but pain.
Additional data appended. Location: the Harbor Grand Hotel safe room. Key code 485130.
If you're hounding for a green suntan, I suggest we get a move on.
Ah, there you are. I have a job for you.
So long as it doesn't involve drinking from any more poison water features.
No, not so much. There is a woman, one of our own. Or she was. Gwyneth. But she's given herself over to something dark. The Confessor ordered Zealot Thiel to track her down, but the heretic eluded her. Now Gwyneth has begun profaning our holy sites with her mad ravings, openly flouting the word of Adam. The High Confessor wants her found and executed.
I'll find her, Grand Zealot.
Good. Speak to Zealot Thiel. She should be able to point you towards Gwyneth's trail. Bring Adam's judgment.
I know that you can hear me. Please. Please.
Excuse me.
Yeah? I mean, glory to Wait, you're the new convert. You happen to see Brother Devon, the sickly guy praying off by himself?
Sure, I saw Devon. Why do you ask?
See, Brother Devon, he's been on a fast, a long one. No irradiated water, waiting for a sign from Adam. Most folks would say that's real admirable.
Sounds nuts to me.
Adam above. Someone else. Look, me and Devon, we weren't born with Adam's blessing. Now Devon thinks fasting and refusing meds till he dies. I've tried talking to him. I know we don't know each other, but if you've got some stuff in it that... What do you say?
Okay, sure. I'll talk to him.
Oh, thank...
The vessel is breathtaking. Holy Adam, from this spot, Is that you? Oh, holy... Oh, I'm sorry, brother. I thought you were... Never mind. Did you need something?
You seem like you're expecting...
I am.
And if Adam told you to jump off?
I see what you're trying to do, but Jet has been my crutch for many years. A verdant stag. It commanded me to return to the nucleus. For my dedication.
I have good news. I am Adam's messenger, and I have come to free you from your...
You're the messenger? The shackles are gone? They are, aren't they? Oh, thank you. Thank you, your brilliance. And don't fear, messenger. I will keep your secret. Oh, Adam above, thank you. I can't believe it. His messenger.
I think we...
Hey.
Yes. You got time to talk now?
Is something the matter? You sound upset.
What? Oh, no.
We've just been traveling for a while now, and I figured, especially after all that stuff with Dima, that you deserve to know more about me. So, there anything you want?
What do you remember about the Institute?
It's all pretty hazy from back then, but now and then I get a glimpse. A single test chamber was my whole world for years, and someone was always watching. Then one day you wake up on the other side. They've cut you loose. Welcome to the brave new world, with such people in it.
What's with the outfit?
After I started the agency, it just seemed like the sort of thing a detective ought to wear. I got some old memories, pre-war. Faded to all heck of guys dressed like this, doing what I do. Putting on the hat and trench coat, I figured it'd let folks know I was serious about the whole thing. Clothes make the man and all that. Guess I felt they made me the man I wanted to be.
So who are you, Nick?
That's a question I've been trying to figure out myself for a long damn time. I know I'm a synth, authentic Institute handiwork, but I'm still mechanical, not bioengineered like the fancy synths giving everyone the willies these days. I get tune-ups now instead of checkups.
You remember when Dima was talking about my memories, my personality? They're all lifted from some cop who volunteered for an experiment back before the war. They scanned his brain and copied it onto the hardware that runs between my ears. Don't know why they chose to make a robot based on some pre-war cop instead of a math genius or a bioengineer. But hey, maybe that's why the Institute...
Wait, you're a robot? What else have you been keeping from me?
Ha! Well, I'm not sure if anyone told you, but there's been a war.
Wait, the original Nick was from my time?
Sure was. Which meant when I finally ended up out here, it was quite the rude awakening. I remember waking up one day in a garbage heap, a body in tatters and a head full of memories belonging to a man who'd been dead for 200 years. Suffice to say, it was a confusing couple of weeks. Folks didn't really know much about synths back then, so when I finally ran into people, they mostly treated me with caution rather than hostility. But the kids, they weren't afraid. I think his name was Jim. The first person to actually speak to me after I got the boot from the Institute. My first human contact in this world. Grilled. Once they'd seen I wasn't going to hurt anyone, the other folks in the neighborhood came out to ogle the mechanical man. It eventually turned into a pretty swell soiree. A local mechanic even gave me a once-over, free of charge. Those people, they treated me like a human being. I've been trying to return the favor ever since. It's a surprisingly rare trait out here sometimes. It's something I've noticed you got a fondness for. Part of the reason I've stuck around this long.
If you're good to people, they'll be good back. That's something I've always believed.
Couldn't agree more. Well, I expect you're about as bored as can be listening to me rattle my skeletons. We should probably head out. Your Pip-Boy doesn't sound pleased. Let's say we get out of here.
You did it. Adam above, you did it. Here, anytime I brew a new batch, you can have some. And if there's anything else I can do for you, you let me know.
Watch yourself out there. Many dangers in the fog.
Need to get back to Diamond City one of these days. Biggest town I ever saw.
Thank you. It's like I can finally think straight.
I see how you're looking at me. Not saying I don't like it. Just thought I'd clear the air.
Nothing stays hidden forever.
Yeah.
At least, not if I have my say. So, you know...
Ain't looking for trouble, I hope.
Nice day. Where are we headed?
Yes?
Another day of hard work. You know, going over it in my head, that whole conversation we had where I pretty much said you were my only friend, sound not